Pregnant.
Is it funny that
And we're live. How's it going,
Sometimes
everybody?
I feel like a nut, sometimes I don't. That's it. That's how it's going.
Welcome to the show, everybody. Welcome to the Movie Podium. We're a weekly podcast where we collectively choose a movie to watch. And at the end of the week, we get together and talk about it. It's kind of like a book club.
But for
movies.
movies.
This week, we celebrate our independence.
movies?
It was the day we fought back. And without further ado, we present our next movie.
Today, we celebrate our Independence Day.
I got goosebumps just from that, like, 10 seconds.
I'm already.
Is
John-
that not epic?
Kevin is thoroughly edged, and John is
I'm just edging over
standing up.
flying high.
Yep. We are ready to go.
Ooh.
Okay, first of all, before we get into anything, who watched it the most and how many times?
I watched it 6 times.
Oh, I didn't even keep track. I was just throwing it on at any random moment.
Yeah, I was too. I'm pretty sure I remember 6, though.
I watched
Holy
it twice.
crap.
Okay. 2 times.
I clocked it in at twice as well.
Well, I mean, you got to get those numbers up. Those are rookie numbers. But
Those are rookie numbers.
You're
Whatever.
right.
to each his
So-
own.
I hope everybody's going to have a good Independence Day tomorrow. Hopefully nobody's working because nobody wants to work.
Work
Fuck
And
sucks.
work
Yes.
sucks. A big one.
It's a perfect time for aliens to invade.
It is.
Right.
It would actually be today. No.
No,
couple
it
days
wouldn't.
before.
It would be tomorrow. Well, hold on.
Yeah, the fight, like their big attack and triumph over the aliens
Is
July
on the
4th.
4th.
Yeah, but they
so
attack earlier.
You're right. They attack on the 3rd.
Yeah.
So right now, currently, we don't have any aliens in the air about to shoot down everything, which is good probably for us.
Mhm.
There's probably a lot of fireworks, though.
I'm grateful for that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or gunfire. Please shoot into the ground if you're going to shoot.
So,
Just don't shoot your gun.
as we
Yeah.
always do
That's probably better.
on the Movie Podium, we ask a podium question. And so tonight, our final podium question will be, does Bill Pullman's end speech, we will not quietly go into the night speech, make our podium for best movie speeches of all time?
Tune in to find out. Or I keep saying tune in. Stay tuned to find out. There we go.
tuned.
There we
And
go.
let's hit that intro. Cheers, everybody.
Cheers.
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 Movies.
I'm still not in that intro.
Yeah,
Eric.
Kevin's not in the intro. One day, I promise, I will get you in this intro.
Yeah,
It's
one
all
day.
right.
And
I'm in the
we,
background.
we
You're on the
initially-
thumbnail.
Oh yeah, that's true. Hey, that's a start. So we initially were gonna make a video of all of us, and
Yeah,
then
we
I
didn't.
totally blanked out. So there's
I
that.
forgot.
So
Yeah.
if anybody wants to recite a speech tonight, we're all for it on the air. So we'll find out. Stay tuned, Eric.
Stay tuned for the favorite line section of the movie.
Also that. Well, I'm your host, Matt Scott, and I'm here with my dudes, Eric.
Hey, Matt.
Hey, Eric.
Hi.
Cooking with Kevin.
Hey, that's me. Oh, cooking.
Hey. Oh,
Hello, John.
Hello, John.
Hello, John.
Hello, John.
Hello, Matt.
Hello.
You got the
Hello,
Waluigi one that time.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, he's got his Waluigi hat on. For those who don't know, or at least if you're tuning in or watching, he kind of looks like Waluigi, and he's just kind of slowly turning into it.
Mustache and all.
It's
Wow.
It all
It's
started
pretty
from
amazing.
John just wearing a purple shirt and Dave saying, "You look like Waluigi."
Well, to be fair, I did have a mustache on at the time.
Well, yeah, that's
no,
true.
you still do.
Well, yeah, but it was just a normal mustache like this.
Oh, he's got his wallet. Also, check that
My
wallet.
wallet.
Yeah.
Nothing short of one little clip away from falling everywhere.
You still haven't upgraded that. You've had that for like 10 years.
It's
like
like the
every-
opposite. It's the
Everywhere
opposite of
John goes,
mine.
he has to put in his credit or his debit card number because it won't read anymore.
So at Walmart, it is a big pain because they don't have like Apple Pay or the chip.
Yeah.
So I have to insert it and like find the sweet spot now. And, like, talk to it.
Wow.
Gotta blow into it like a video game cartridge.
Yeah. Give it,
Super Nintendo game.
give it a little love tap. Come on.
Well, before we get into this episode, jeez,
The episode.
we'd like to thank all our Patreon supporters who've been following us on this podcast journey.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you.
Oh, we need to add a new one.
Oh, yeah. Hold
Mr.
on. I can do that.
Oh yeah, let's add our latest member, Luke. From
Luke, thank you.
I don't know what street you live on, but
Use
Close.
the force, Luke.
close to Kevin.
Actually, he lives like 2
Nice.
blocks from Eric, if I remember correctly.
That's true. Yeah.
Oh really? Okay.
We're gonna
Nice.
say
Rudder.
Spring.
Oh,
Spring
okay.
Street.
Hey, I know that one. Cody
Colgate.
lived on
I
that
don't
one.
know.
Does
Hey,
he live
that's
on
Cody's
Route 7?
house.
Yeah, it is Cody's house.
Spring Street in Colgate. Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, thanks everybody for
Thank
helping
you.
us out, and
Thank
we
you.
really appreciate it.
Yeah,
You
we
can-
appreciate it so much. Thank you.
Yeah, seriously. Also, don't be shy. We've talked about this before, but if you want to, you can always suggest a movie for us to watch if that suits you. Because we could watch some pretty crazy movies if somebody wants to suggest something.
Think
So
of it as a Mystery Science Theater 3000.
One time we watched a movie called Arcade with our friend High Scorsese,
Oh,
and
gosh.
it was awful but amazing at the same time.
Oh my gosh.
It was probably the hardest watch.
Yeah. Nice pick, High Scorsese.
Even over Red Heat, I haven't brought that up in a while.
That's a callback right there.
Ooh, that's
Oh, we
hard
need to
say.
do at some point. Well, we just had our 100th sode, but I feel like at some point we could do a pretty good podium for.
Oh
movie
yeah,
watch.
we should do. Oh, we should do
A
a
podium, yeah.
And maybe on that podium would be Spice World. Yes, we do. This
Well,
is
we
a
need to
good
watch it
on-run.
first.
That's John's birthday pick. We got a few months.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, so just stay subscribed for like
Right
6
before
months.
Christmas.
oh,
We're halfway
man.
through the year. At the end of the year, that's going to be the Christmas present.
Yeah,
for John's
Spice
birthday.
World.
It's
Life.
a
Hold on
good
until
summer
Spice
movie.
World. You will be richly rewarded.
Oh my god! All right, let's do some random ass facts, shall we?
Dun, 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 dun.
I don't know if you'll be surprised by this, but this got a 7.0 or a 4.0 on IMDb.
No, that is.
I know Eric doesn't want to acknowledge this.
that is far
Let's get it out
lower
of the
than it
way.
should be. That is far lower than it should be. This movie is a million times better than Thor.
I do agree with that. But
So
I'd
7
probably-
million is what it-
Thor point million.
I would probably be comfortable at like a 7.3 personally.
I know I just have a personal love and nostalgia for this movie
Oh,
that
definitely.
makes me like it more than Thor, but I feel like it may be fair. I would give it an extra point or two.
Okay.
Not quite 3.
Like extra point, like 8, 0.
No, that's tenths of a point.
Thor plus 1.
yeah.
I think me, Matt, and John are all in the same boat. It's just better than Thor, but Thor is also rated way too high. So yeah,
That's
so
a good
so
point.
it's just like it's like a 7 point or Thor 0.1, Thor 0.2. But
Yeah.
actually, when it comes to actual Thor, it's probably a Thor 0.10. But
There we go.
but it's like a 7.1, 7.2.
Fair. I think that's fair.
I disagree
State your case.
respectfully. I love this movie so very much. I am going to be a realist. I understand that it's not. I don't think it's an 8. I think it's like a Thor 0.6 on my
Okay.
scale.
All right.
I would be comfortable with that.
I think there's
That's
a
like-
range here, like a
It is-
salary range.
It is far more. there's a salary range, but we're gonna pay you less than the the lowest one.
Well, at least it didn't hit a 6.8 or something.
Yeah, this is far better than Thor and should be rated higher than 7.0. But
Yeah.
it's almost like these numbers don't mean a fucking thing.
Hey,
Yes.
they're a
Almost.
great
I don't know.
basis.
So I think if we
for
average,
argument.
I think Eric brought it up. I think we're at like a 4.4
Yeah,
combined.
that's fair.
I like that. I like
If we're
that.
doing average, I'll do 10. I mean, 4 plus 3.
From a sheer entertainment standpoint, it's very high.
Yes,
And-
just like John.
And the character and the character development, very high. So
Yes, John.
I can see it being there. John, yeah, high as John. Okay,
On
getting
the
into some
Java
facts.
range, there's Thor, and then there's John.
And then everybody else is in between.
I feel like I'm the
Hello,
limit.
John.
Can you take me?
There we go.
There we go.
Did anybody else look at facts on this one? I'm just curious.
I
No.
did.
Okay.
got a
I
few.
have one that
All
I
right, go
just
for it,
know
Eric.
from years of watching this movie. The explosion scenes were practical and they were filmed with miniatures, which is
cool.
very cool.
Yeah,
Yeah.
one of the last to do that from like a grand standpoint or a larger scale
Explains
standpoint.
why they rock.
Exactly.
That's actually
Because they
something
did it practically.
I wanted to add on that. That was one of my facts. Is this movie actually has the record for the most miniature models in a movie?
No kidding.
Really?
Yes.
Whoa.
I didn't have that.
How many?
That's cool.
I didn't have the. I don't have the exact number, but it was
Huh.
something said by one of the producers, and they don't anticipate it ever being beaten just because of
Well, now,
CGI.
Yeah, 'cause
Yeah,
they
exactly.
do
Yeah,
that
This was
now.
right before that happened.
huh? Well, that's an awesome one.
Nice fact.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
that's
like that.
awesome.
I didn't see that.
I have a like so I know that on Star Wars Episode 1 they had a lot of miniatures in that. So I'm curious at like what the number difference is between like first place and then second place.
This is random ass facts, not like really full on
Yeah.
detailed
yeah.
facts.
That's fair.
Sorry. I'm
no,
sorry.
that's a solid point.
That is a
What was
solid
second
point.
place?
Did-
Someone is getting a little too into this.
I was actually surprised because I thought the T2 with the explosion scene, I thought that would have been pretty high up there. But
Yeah, sure. Did anybody catch what the name of this movie was going to be, or what they were trying? The studio was trying to do.
No, I
Something
don't know if I want to know.
Stupid,
It's
probably.
pretty bad.
Something stupid.
it's
Yeah.
pretty bad.
Doomsday.
Oh yeah, that's awesome. I love that. They should have went with that.
I guess the screenwriters and director, all pretty much everybody else, wanted Independence Day, but the rights to that name were held by a different studio at the time.
Oh.
So,
I thought you were going to say the United States government or something.
That
some-
pesky fucking thing.
Like, we got to pay them.
well,
to
somehow
license this
they ended up
goddamn
getting.
name.
Well, somehow they ended up convincing the studio to go for it and get Independence Day. And so that last line of Bill Pullman's iconic speech, that was all added at the end because they wanted to convince the name to be, or the title to be, Independence Day.
Fuck yes.
Fucking
I have another random ass fact that I just
Yeah.
thought of. I was watching a show on Area 51 once, and the show said that the U.S. government worked with the production of Independence Day
I
to
did see this.
to
Yeah.
kind of like verify or just like make sure that the Area 51 scenes kind of like got the vibe of Area 51 or like the look of it, I think,
Mhm.
without actually saying like this is what Area 51 looks like.
Yeah, so to kind of add on to that, where it ended was the U.S. government did not like this movie because of some of the Area 51 stuff that they ended up portraying. Isn't that
They
wild?
tried their best to sort of moderate it, and then they're like, "Yeah, they have alien bodies here
I
that
think-
we set up," and they're like, "No."
Yeah, I mean,
No.
kind of from my understanding is how it went down. There's a movie reference in this from a prior 90s movie that Jeff Goldblum is in. Do you guys know what I'm talking about?
Must go
Yeah.
faster.
Is
Yeah.
it the
Yeah,
water?
Jurassic Park.
Yeah, Jurassic Park. Must
Yeah.
go
What?
faster. Must go faster.
Oh, okay.
While him and Will Smith are in the mothership.
Okay.
Yeah.
I
So
thought there
there's-
was like a
Get
cup
in
of
the
water
Teenage
scene.
Jurassic Park.
That'd be cool. Yeah, I mean, straight up direct homage.
surprised-
Oh yeah,
to-
he was on a
Jurassic
hot
Park.
streak. in
Yeah,
the
he
night.
was in. That was Goldblum in his prime right there.
Oh, 100%. We'll get there, but I do agree.
They're like, "Yo, Jeff, come do this movie and just do the same lines as the other movie.
Hey, come
It'll
be
work
Jeff.
perfectly."
Come
be
be
Jeff.
Jeff over here for us.
Be Jeff fucking Goldblum.
Yeah, for real.
All right, I got two more. So, Bill Pullman's speech actually was on a very coincidental date. His big speech was 50 years after the U.S. dropped atomic bombs on Japan. And the scene was filmed on the Air Force base or hangar that once housed the Enola Gray, which was one of the bombers. Isn't that
Well,
weird?
That's
the Enola Gay, right? Not the Enola Gray.
Oh, I said gray. Sorry, my eyes are bad. Gay.
That's the one that. That's
Yeah.
the one that dropped. Yeah, that's the one that dropped the bomb.
Yeah. So that
Whoa.
was a very coincidental date.
yeah. That seems cool. Cool.
Were they
Right.
trying to like redeem
More cool.
themselves, or-
And I have to end it on a more humorous note.
yes, please.
Yes.
The film's ad campaign caused a real life panic in Spain. Like people thought
Because
this
they
was real.
thought- Oh my god, that's amazing.
So a fake news spot in Spain caused a real life War of the Worlds style panic.
Oh
footage of the-
no.
Footage of the film's massive ships hovering over New York hit their airwaves. So a label at the bottom of the screen read advertisement, but apparently people can't watch footage, listen or figure that out on their own. They still thought it was real.
Yeah, I mean, if you're watching it and that's like you think it's real, but you don't see this is an advertisement. That's crazy. I had no idea. That is
Isn't that
funny, but
amazing?
also
Like
sad.
a War of the Worlds situation.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's what basically happened. They thought it was real.
Those miniature
Oh my
models really
gosh.
did the
And
job.
so they all started freaking out.
Yes.
Is that
That's
amazing?
what we call a little whoopsie.
We had a little whoopsie down in Spain, but everywhere else we were good.
So I wish I could do a better impression, but that's what we call fake news. I'm horrible at
So,
impressions.
we went a little
As we
too
know.
No, you're
far.
really good
We,
at 'em.
Scared some folks. We're sorry.
My bad.
First of all, I'd like to apologize.
Yeah, fake news. All right, let's get into some questions.
Oh, I got a few more in here.
Oh,
Kevin.
Go,
Yeah.
Kevin.
Lay 'em on
Go,
us.
Kevin, go.
I looked into
But if
this.
you end on a downer note, I will be disappointed. So
If
if you have like an upper one, just
Yeah.
put that at the end.
actually none of them are downers.
Okay,
there's a whole section that I'm surprised
Lay 'em
Matt
on
didn't
me.
touch on. But the
Kevin tears a whole page out of his notebook.
Sorry, I just wanted to depress people on this episode.
well, the one that I thought was kind of funny was while filming the welcome wagon scene, like the helicopter with the bright lights. Apparently, while they were filming that, there were 150 calls in Orange County about UFO sightings because of the bright lights in the middle of the desert.
Because
wow.
of the
Yeah, they
the,
use
the
like a sky-
helicopter.
Well, they use
Like
a sky
lights?
crane for the lights, and the lights on that helicopter
Oh,
for
okay,
filming
okay.
that caused 150 UFO sighting calls.
They must have
Wow.
done a convincing job of acting like aliens.
It's like, what are these lights?
This is definitely
Also
not Area
reminds-
51 out here.
That also
We're
reminds
just
me
filming
of
a
a,
movie.
of a King of the Hill episode. Actually, that same episode we were just talking about where Dale gets picked up by Khan's like crazy nephew. Do you know what I'm talking about, Eric? And
Are
he
you
gets
talking
picked
about
up
the one
and-
where Dale's convinced that
Yeah.
Joseph is not his kid and he's born
No,
from an alien?
no. No, this is later on. So this is just Khan's crazy nephew drives in like a really fancy car with all these bright lights, and he thinks the aliens are coming, and he opens it up, and he's speaking a different language,
Yeah.
and so he's like, "Oh, this is like it
Is that the
basically
one-
that in the desert."
Yeah, is that the one where they go out to or Roswell or wherever?
They go somewhere.
Yeah.
They like he drops them off. But
Yeah.
anyways, Kevin, go ahead.
Sorry, King of the Hill side note there.
That's for our side project about King of the Hill.
Oh.
We'll cut that
Dude.
out.
Eric
we
will
st-
be all on that.
Yes.
Same.
That's something Matt and I need to talk about later.
That'd be awesome.
Well, I have a weird thing with the sets because the White House interior set was also used in 2 other movies that came out in the same time frame.
What was it?
They were Mars Attacks and Nixon.
And next
Mars
week.
Attacks and what?
And Nixon.
Nixon. Okay.
They all came out within pretty much a year of each other.
I do not remember Nixon. Mars Attacks, very good movie.
Yes, 100%. Right underneath
Which
Independence Day.
Independence Day actually purposely released their film before Mars Attacks because of how similar they thought it would be.
Oh yeah.
Ooh, no. I mean, it's
mean-
not, but I understand. Whatever. I like both
Well,
of them.
yeah. People are stupid, so obviously aliens
I'm not
attacking
stupid.
us is the same thing.
All the same.
It's aliens. It's the same thing.
Yeah.
Any others, Kevin?
I got the one thing I'm surprised you didn't touch on.
Okay.
The
Touch on
Oscars.
I'll touch on something.
This this movie
John,
was
what you
actually
gonna
whoa, what? But there were this movie was actually nominated for 2 Oscars and won one.
Oh.
Which one?
It was nominated for Best Sound. It did lose that one, but it did win for Best Visual Effects.
Oh,
nice.
there we go.
Nice.
So,
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
well,
it was a
earned.
given. I didn't need to touch on it because it was a
Well
given.
deserved. I didn't know that, so thank you, Kevin. I'm glad
Good
you said
facts.
that.
All right.
Great
Yep.
facts.
Yay.
Appreciate it.
Great facts.
Question time. Favorite thing about the movie? I think Thor point one or a Thor +1 dictates our who, or at least who goes first. So Eric, why don't you go first?
Okay, I have a lot of things that I like about this movie. So, number 1, Boomer escaping from the fire like the good boy that he is.
Yeah,
Just
I love Boomer.
Boomer's amazing. I'm a
Yep.
Boomer stan all the time. I think that's what the kids are saying these days. Also, I thought that it was. I wrote down, to me, it's an epic story that's told like fairly concisely.
Mhm.
I think, because there are so many different characters and different aspects of the same storyline, but they all kind of intertwine well together, and they all kind of meet up at the end. And I thought it does. I think it's like 2.5 hours, but it doesn't feel like that to me.
Yeah, I agree with that.
It's a quick 2.5.
It is.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, we've talked about pacing before. This is a really well-paced movie.
yeah. I feel like they nailed the pacing.
Yeah, 100%.
And then I said a different sort of feel for flying scenes because I love the scene where Will Smith runs away from the.
Oh,
alien.
absolutely. I remember playing this computer game when I was a kid. I think it was a Star Wars game, actually. And it was on Windows 95 or something like that. And you had the like old joystick where you had to, shift it around. And
Yeah.
that scene where he's
Pretty
when he's
shit.
flying around, like that's what it felt like trying to avoid the craters and get through the little pathways. And I'm like,
Yeah,
this is awesome.
When he's flying in
Yeah.
the canyon.
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, it's like
Yep.
pod racing before pod racing.
exactly.
Yeah, basically. Yeah.
Which
No,
they did
I-
make that. They did make a pod racing game, and it
Yeah,
was pretty
John
sweet.
had it.
I had it.
I had
was
it
a
too.
proud owner of Star Wars Racer.
Yeah,
I still have one over there. Yeah. Same.
you have a
um,
pod racer?
Yeah. You
It's
guys,
in his garage.
you guys should check it out.
That's what I call pod racing.
Call them Mercedes. No.
Ooh, Matt's riding big in a pod racing Mercedes.
Oh well, mine's a wheelbarrow.
We got some love for Boomer.
Boomer. Yeah.
Boomer.
Yeah. It's great when Boomer.
Anything else to add?
Yes. No. That was my. I mean, I could go on, but that was good. That's
Yeah.
Go to
Yeah,
someone
that
else.
was good.
No, I definitely agree with that. Kevin?
I'm going to go pretty vague because I mean the movie has everything for a blockbuster. I mean, you have sci-fi, action all over the place. You have suspense, humor, romance, heartbreak, and then hell, you even have some horror scenes with like the lab scene. Like that's actually pretty terrifying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Dude, when he gets slammed up against the wall, like that's
Yeah,
that's the
jump
peek
scare right
through.
there.
Oh yeah, he's being used as a puppet to talk. Really?
Yeah. John, stop it. That's for the line section.
Yeah, I mean, I'll kind of piggyback off of that, Kevin. My favorite thing, well, I have two that I would point out, but one is that it's probably the most well-rounded Alien movie. From like like you said, like comedy, it's scary, it's entertaining, the action's awesome. It really has more than any other Alien movie out there, in my opinion.
Something for everyone.
Yeah, because it's
Yeah.
not your typical like horror alien movie like the Alien franchise, and Mars Attacks is just a straight comedy. Like this actually
Yeah.
has like real action scenes, the flight scene we just talked about. So
but
from
it's not all action though. So that,
and it's not.
It kind of
And-
brings it back.
and you have Jeff Goldblum, who's not an action star, but he's the scientist that brings it back from the cyber and all
Yes.
the IT stuff. It's
He's a science action star because in
Yeah,
Jurassic
I mean,
Park he was
He's a mathematician.
that's an action movie.
Chaotician.
I'm definitely a big fan of him on this, but
It's not too heady either. For
yeah, and I like
Yeah.
that. It doesn't try to be that. And then my other thing that I really like is the characters in the movie. There's a lot of alien movies like in Mars Attacks where they're just all miserable on purpose. Or in the Alien franchise, it's just Ellen Ripley where you're just following her around. So really, again, this comes back to like the different Alien movies, but this one probably has the most endearing characters. They're ones that I want to root for and follow. Like even Bill Pullman is awesome. Like I don't really dislike anybody except maybe the guy
Guy sorry. I'm sorry.
Oh no, I'm probably the same. Well,
Guy who
two
didn't
guys.
talk about
the guy who
fucking Area
gets fired
51.
at the end.
Yeah,
That guy who
exactly.
gets
That guy.
fired.
Fuck that guy.
And the guy who has the really raspy voice that's Jeff Goldblum's like boss or coworker. Only because I want to call him out. And I don't really dislike him, but I think it's funny.
We'll move on to that one. But, hey, what's
Yeah,
John's
we've-
favorite thing?
That's
John, what's your
Yeah,
favorite?
John, what's your favorite thing?
I had two that's been talked about. One's been talked about already. One, it was like the flying and just all aspects of flying. I like.
It's a
Go
great day for
figure.
flying.
I love flying.
John loves
high.
to be high.
Mhm.
Yeah, and that I mean, just to sort of expound on that, Will Smith gets to go to space like he hoped.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a cool
good.
moment.
So
actually.
yeah, there's space flight.
Oh,
and,
good answer.
You know, fighter jets. It's sick.
Yeah.
The other thing I liked was all the Area 51 and alien stuff.
Hell yeah.
I mean, aliens are tight and everything. Pretty much all the parts that happen at Area 51, I think, are really sick because they.
Yeah.
That's where they figure out like how to beat the aliens. That's where you learn about the aliens. They're like, oh
Yeah.
yeah, they've been here before.
The past 24 hours have been really cool.
Yeah, that's Brent Spiner. Another
Yeah.
great part about that. But yeah, and then the scene where they do the autopsies, really cool.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. Very cool.
So yeah, that's just like a scatter shot of things I like.
Yeah, I mean, kind of expected for a scattershot movie, honestly.
There's a lot of things to like about this.
Yeah,
I'm really
Yeah.
glad
Checks a
John
lot of
answered.
boxes.
Really glad John answered that because I had trouble casting on that, and John just gave me his casting.
You had trouble casting John? Okay.
I just had trouble casting in general, but we'll get.
I generally
that's
don't
way
cast
farther down the
myself,
episode.
but I have a pretty good cast for myself if I need to.
Oh, I can't wait. Absolutely can't wait. All right. Let's move on to our least favorite thing. Love that animation.
So good.
It's amazing.
Boo.
Yeah. Also,
It doesn't
Julie-
apply to this movie. So
Oh, of course not. Also, Julie had a good point. Apocalyptic movie where the dog survives. I can think of
yes.
another Will Smith apocalyptic movie that the dog doesn't. So, but that's not
Yes.
my least favorite thing.
My
go
favorite
to
thing
Eric.
about that movie that
Yeah.
you were just talking about was
Uh-huh.
the Batman trailer before the movie.
Fair. Fair. All right, Eric. If you had to pick something, what would be your least
Okay.
favorite?
We got to switch it up next. I don't want to be the one that's talking the whole time. My least favorite thing is there's absolutely no hiding the tentacle around the scientist's neck. Like when he gets pushed up against the window,
yeah.
and they're like, "Get him out of there!" There's like obviously he's got a fucking alien tentacle
Yeah.
around the neck. Why would you open the door?
Right.
Yeah. And you can't see anything inside of there.
Yeah, exactly. There's no hiding that. He's going, "Release me," and like, come on, man, come on,
Like, come
Someone
on.
help him. He's a lifeless rag doll.
get him out of there.
John, what
That's-
was your?
Yep.
Oh, sorry.
No,
John,
no,
what was
that's-
your least favorite?
My biggest dislike is that I truly feel the aliens would crush us.
100%. Yeah,
Alien
fair.
civilization shows up with superior technology. We will not win.
Yeah,
I
I
mean-
mean
there's not going to be like I never thought of giving them a cold sort of thing. Like
Well-
that's not going to work.
Maybe, yeah, if you want. I mean, that's the whole point, is you want to believe, okay, we're the underdogs, and you beat them by, like, poking a stick in their spokes. Or something.
Yeah, or the shaft in the Death Star that goes straight down to the middle of it.
exactly.
Oh, oops, we forgot to fix that.
Well, so I mean, kind of tacking on to that, John. My least favorite thing is pretty similar, and it's not just the fact that the aliens would destroy us, but if we were to destroy them or defeat them, I feel like it would have to be longer of a movie, like Lord of the Rings style. Like
Longer than 3 days.
Eric's up
like,
for this, a trilogy.
I mean,
No, I don't know. I don't know about that.
kind of, but maybe just another. I think it's crazy. Usually, I'm saying you need to cut a half hour. I feel like maybe adding a half hour. I just think that like we go from A to Z very fast, or at least from C to Z at the like once we get to Area 51, it's like boom, let's kill them. We're gonna
Those
win.
aliens are not wasting any time. They go from planet to planet and they drain the resources
Yeah.
and kill everything.
No, that's fair.
They act fast.
But like
True.
my other part of the least favorite part is that the whole end scene with giving the virus to the aliens is kind of a ripoff of War of the Worlds. Who, again, as Eric said about the cold thing, I mean that's kind of what War of the Worlds is the whole virus. They got a virus and can't handle being on the planet. Similar kind of idea with the virus, so maybe it's a little bit of a ripoff. But again, I'm okay with it. If we were to somehow come up with a way to make it more believable, but Jeff Goldblum just kind of knew the answer.
He's a scientist.
I mean, maybe like giving
Went to
the
MIT.
10 minutes
For a cable
that he's
company.
playing in like an office in the Area 51 and something happens and he's like, oh, there's the light bulb moment. The
Yeah,
light bulb
yeah.
moment was showing everyone, including us and everybody on film. Maybe we should have seen it before everybody else saw it. That's all I was kind of getting to.
That's a good point. Yeah, like the idea shouldn't have come from his dad being like, "Get a jacket on you, you're gonna catch
Exactly.
a cold."
Exactly. That's kind of what I mean. But yeah, other than that, that's my
I
only
can admit
gripe.
that that's pretty ridiculous.
Yeah, that's my only gripe. I'm okay with the virus thing. I think that's cool. It's a great
Yeah.
idea. But if we are getting to that, maybe a little
Yeah.
better than the jacket thing.
It's a great theoretical way to defeat the aliens that are going to destroy our planet.
I mean, yeah, because obviously we don't have the firepower and the
Oh yeah, I
weird
mean, at the
shield.
end of the day, I had to accept that it'd be a really boring movie if humanity just got crushed.
Yeah, we gotta find a
Just
way
right
for
at that first strike. The first
Right.
strike. It's like the whole planet collapsed. Okay. Oh, they
Oh,
just
that'd be-
moved on.
Yep, they got us. Happy
Darn.
Independence Day.
Kevin. What would you say?
We were talking about it earlier. I hated Marty's character. Like he didn't need to be in the movie. Like
I
he
agree.
dies and nobody
agree.
cares. Like
Yeah.
why is he in the movie? Like he's supposed to be comic
He just
relief, but
dies.
he's just annoying.
Yeah,
Oh crap.
I agree. Exactly. No, I'm with you.
Yep.
There's no reason for him. I
He's
don't.
he's comic relief, and then you get annoyed enough at him. You're like, ah. And then
hope he
in the
dies.
explosion scene, a car flies into his car. So like, happy, win-win.
darn.
Win-win.
Yeah, that's fair.
Except for win-win would lose. I
Yeah,
guess.
he's one
For
of the
him.
other doofuses that's not listening to Jeff Goldblum.
Yes.
He's like,
Yeah.
hey,
Yeah.
it's a countdown. They're like, are you watching the TV? Where have you been, David?
Oh, that's pretty good.
that was really
That
good.
was pretty good.
That
John,
sounds
don't
like
fuck
the-
up my casting.
Oh, I've got a good. I've got what's his name?
Marty.
Marty. I've got a cast through Marty.
We know who Marty is. And if you
Oh.
keep talking like him, I swear. Computer viruses are pretty novel at the time. Okay.
Yeah, that's
That-
fair.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, hack the world. Hack the aliens.
It was
Yeah, sure.
96, filmed in 95, so yeah, that was
All you
Yeah.
have to do is fuck their shit up. It's not like you have to create a working thing.
Yeah.
yeah, or
You just
or
fuck their shit up
muscle.
so their shields go down. And then you bomb them.
And then you run into their antenna bomb
Yeah.
thing with.
Well, if your
Randy
missile
Quaid
gets
with the crop duster.
if your missile gets
Full
stuck,
one.
yeah. Like that's a last resort, Matt. You understand that, correct? Like he was
Yeah.
supposed to shoot that missile into the middle of the alien ship, but it got
Oh,
stuck.
fuck.
It got jammed.
Yeah, it's not his fault. I understand. All right, who? Well, that's a good segue. Who do you
Okay.
think won the movie? Because I said Randy Quaid's character,
Fuck it, Russell.
Russell.
Russell
because
Case.
he wasn't even supposed to have a role in this. Like he was supposed to be a very minor character, and as Randy Quaid would do, kind of just took over the scenes that he was in, and they're like, "Oh, shit, we gotta like
Oh, this guy's good.
right focus on him a little
Oh,
more."
okay.
Yeah.
So like, obviously his character saves the day. I mean,
That's a
straight
good
up,
one.
Yeah.
yeah,
I can't disagree with that.
yeah. What about you guys?
John?
that's
I guess I can disagree because I had a different answer.
yeah.
Okay.
But it's an extremely broad answer. It's humans.
Yeah,
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I figured someone would go with that route.
Yeah.
Yeah. We won.
Nice,
True.
Screw you aliens.
got the
Stop
W.
that.
Yeah.
They're going to watch this and they're going to come back down.
Yeah,
Isn't that
they're
the next
sending
one?
another wave as we speak.
Tomorrow's going to be fucked up.
What about you, Kevin?
I did also went a different route, but it was specific. David, Jeff Goldblum's character.
Mm-hmm.
He did.
He's
Yep.
the one that figured out the signal. He's the one that got to the White House, saved everybody out of that. Nobody there would have lived if that
Yeah.
happened. Nobody.
Everyone would have been dead if it wasn't for my David.
Yeah, and then he also got it. He also got his wife back.
Exactly. Yes.
So,
okay.
so I think he wins.
Fair.
So I agree with all of these, but I said President Thomas J. Whitmore won
Okay.
because he led the strike on the aliens
Fair.
and defeated the aliens.
Yeah,
And he
fair.
wasn't like in the temporary White House or like Oval Office, like hiding away from it. He was in the
Yeah.
fucking sky.
That's right.
He was up there. He was the first one
I'm a
that
fly boy.
yeah. He was the first one that made an impact on the alien ship. He said, "Hey, I want
Let me do
another
it one more
shot."
time. That's fair.
I only have
That's
one disagreement with that.
I'm a combat pilot. I belong
Probably
up
Hannah
there.
disagrees.
Exactly.
But
Hannah,
his
stop
wife died.
Yeah, I know.
So that's why I almost put that, but his wife dies.
He got fucking revenge for them killing his wife.
A lot of people's wives died.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I
Jeff Goldblum's didn't.
yeah,
Oh, I guess they were technically spouses still.
the humans won, but even more the USA. because we
USA,
came in and saved the world.
USA.
At the end, they're like, "Get on the horn. We know how to take them down."
It's about
Right.
bloody time.
America, right?
Yeah, they were waiting for the U.S. to fucking.
Thanks,
make them
President Thomas J. Whitmore.
Nobody messes
Save
with
the
that.
world.
Oh my gosh. Save the cheerleaders, save the world. All right, let's go on to our favorite song moment. I'm calling it first, and I'm going with Rumble by Link Ray when you see Randy Quaid in the diner.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
Dun, dun, dun. Yeah, that's a good one.
I-
Bam, bam.
Like honestly, I've watched this movie so much, but I can't name like a specific song.
Yeah, that's the only
like
one.
the score is just so epic. It takes like whatever emotion they're trying to convey and it amplifies it to like the insane degree, and then it just goes hard into that.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's kind of there but not there. So it's
Yeah,
kind of,
exactly.
Yeah,
You're
which
not-
is kind of what I mean.
music's
Some
kind of
would
supposed to
say
be.
a good movie score does that. It just
Yes.
enhances and doesn't stand out.
Yeah.
Right, which I would argue some, as in like Oppenheimer, maybe a little too much of Hans Zimmer, in that. Like a little too much volume and tonal discourse to me.
Yeah, like you're using the music to make the emotion here.
Yeah, and I think that's great in spurts, but I think for that movie to be 3 hours, not so great. But in this movie, I thought
They
it
make
was...
this 3 hours?
Hey,
I'd watch it.
hell yeah.
We were just talking about that, and was that our last
Dunkirk.
couple episodes? No, about songs or music that overpowers the scene compared to the scene overpowers the music.
Yeah. Yeah,
on
definitely.
Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, that was one.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
But for Independence Day, I actually picked the song right off the bat. REM, it's the end of world as we know it. I mean, it's right there, and it just kind
Yeah.
of foreshadows what's going
Yeah.
to happen.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's so good.
And he's
That's
just
a
that
good
was
call.
my pick too.
Oh my gosh,
Because
that's a
there's
great
not a
call.
lot of like, songs, I guess, popular songs.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's one of the first ones I picked out, and it's like, yep, I think I know what we're getting into.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's fair.
and it's before they know what they're getting into. So.
Right. Yeah, that dude's just partying. He's like,
Yeah.
it's a signal from another world.
Oh, yeah.
This
Yeah, and
is
it's just like
really
on the radio
cool.
in the background. Like it's
I
not
bet
like,
he
Yeah.
died later.
Oh, I'm sure he does.
he probably did.
We don't know.
Double
Maybe
check that,
he's-
John. You have to rewatch it again.
Maybe
Yeah.
he is the star of Independence Day 3.
I was going to say, well, my next question would be, did anybody see was it Insurgents? Or Resurgence?
Resurgence.
I don't know. Did
Yeah,
anybody
well-
see that?
Why
I
don't
mean,
we just
I
stick to
haven't
that question?
So does this movie get made now? And I have not seen it. Have you guys?
No.
I don't refuse not to, but I also just don't know if like it interests me at all. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah. I
it's
just don't care to.
It's kind of
Yeah.
sad that they made a second one. You know?
And it's without Will Smith too. Like they
Right.
couldn't even get the whole cast.
Or part of the gas, right?
Yeah. I don't know. I'm
I don't know
hesitant.
who
But
else is
Might
in
have
it.
attempted
back
watch.
to the question. I mean, I would say no, not really. Does this get made now? And this, I mean, they might make a third movie. I don't know how it ends, but I'm guessing they wouldn't. But you never know. I'm gonna say no, though.
I put yes because I mean not this like again we talk about this a lot. Not this exact movie, but hell, they've been doing it pretty much with the Transformers for the last 2 decades.
Yeah, fair. I mean, franchising kind of, but
But it's a similar thing, like things from
Sure.
outer space coming over and blowing
yeah.
up the world.
Oh, that's fair. Yeah, no, that's fair. I mean, I guess you can. Yeah, the general premise. Yeah, there's definitely movies that could be made about this. Definitely, but like capturing lightning in a bottle with characters like this, I just don't have that feeling.
Yeah, I agree. I tend to say no, but just because like this movie feels like special, like such a so like this is one movie that doesn't need to be touched. Like it feels like that to me. So
Mhm.
I didn't watch Resurgence, but I did just Google, and it says Independence Day had a production budget of $165 million.
Holy shit, you were gonna.
Resurgence,
Oh,
Resurgence. Um,
what did the
but
original?
it grossed $389.7 million worldwide, whereas the original Independence Day
Wow,
grossed
it's about to do that.
$817.4 million on a $75 million budget.
Wow, so the interest was higher then.
Yes, the interest was higher. The return on investment, like
Yeah.
everything was higher, like a bigger.
Wow, I was
ratio.
just
Whether
about to
adjusted
do
for
that.
inflation or not, that percentage is ridiculous.
So, so
Yeah,
my
'cause in terms of that day's dollars, it's a ratio still.
Yeah,
well, you
But they
read my
could
mind,
strike
Eric, because I
gold
was gonna
twice
go
as
do that.
much.
The
I
budget
got
part.
you, Matt. I got
Well,
you.
and I would just back that up with just thinking they probably would not be willing to spend that kind of money on another movie like this for a while. At least this like premise. I feel like they're trying to find movies at a cheaper rate, basically. Like Romulus, I don't know what they spent on Romulus, but it did not look like nearly enough, or not enough, nearly as much as this movie, or at
What's-
least
What's
that's
Romulus?
that's the most recent Alien movie,
Okay.
which was really really awesome, by the way. And please keep
Nice.
making Alien movies. Not being-
I just
Alien people.
this
if you're
is a little
listening,
different. This is like an epic that I just don't see epic movies like
yeah,
that.
yeah.
I don't know.
This I just went and saw Elio, and they had a.
Hmm.
I didn't know that they were doing another Jurassic World movie.
Oh God, another
So-
sequel.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah. They're becoming very efficient at it.
Yeah, they
no,
are.
that's not my beer. The beer tastes pretty good. The beer has gone bad. Nobody drink it.
Don't drink
Nobody
beer.
drink.
Different movie. It's not
We
my
gotta
favorite
watch that one.
line.
Yeah.
I know it's not my favorite line from the movie. But what is your favorite line from this movie? Very
Oh, I had quite a
fine.
few.
Oh my
Okay.
gosh. We only
I-
get one at a time because
I might just mute everyone. Perhaps it's fate that today is the 4th of July, and you will be once again fighting for our freedom. Not from tyranny, oppression, or persecution, but from annihilation. We are fighting for our right to live, to exist, and should we win the day, the 4th of July will no longer be known as an American holiday, but as the day the world declared in one voice, we will not go quietly into the night. We will not vanish without a fight. We're going to live on.
We're going.
We're going to survive. Today we celebrate our Independence Day.
Happy Independence Day, everybody.
I'm very sorry for all the audio listeners or anyone who's listening that I just
All right.
yelled
I got
at
a
the
good one.
mic.
How many
I got a
times did
good
you
one.
rehearse that?
I didn't rehearse it. I just pulled up the transcript. I
job.
was reading it.
Good job.
Behind
Good
the
job.
scenes.
I got going.
Kevin, I've watched this movie a lot of times.
I got you. You mentioned it quite a few times on
All right, ready?
Yeah.
Hello, boys. I'm back.
Yes. John,
All right,
Kevin,
John.
John.
So I think my best one that I mean, there's so many, but one I picked out this time that I chose to quote here because it refers to another movie we've done, but it's right after Will Smith has punched, the alien in the ship. It's not
Knocked him
Welcome
out.
to Earth. But after that, he sits down and he says, as he lights a cigar, now that's what I call a close encounter.
Yes.
I had that
Shout out.
exact line down.
Shout out to
You
Mr.
did?
Movies.
Oh, my
I
bad.
did. No, it's all right. It's funny, but I haven't.
Yeah, shout out to Mr. Movies, who also commented on our Instagram post about Independence Day. He said, I hope
Nice.
it's not going to be what happens tomorrow or something like that. All right, Kevin?
I have a short and sweet one, also from Will Smith. But I'm just excited to go up there and whoop ET's ass.
Yes.
I had that one too. That's so good.
Mid 90s Will Smith, like that comedy. Oh, it's so good. It's not the
Yeah.
like hard R Eminem, but it's
Yeah.
but it still has the hilarious shit to it, right?
Yeah.
Will Smith don't have to cuss in his records.
I was
Aw,
just
dude.
talking to Julie about that the other day. It's like so
But I
funny.
do.
I like
So
both.
fuck you and fuck
I
him
know.
too.
It's both are pretty amazing, but this
Yeah.
was prime Will Smith and that
Oh, yeah.
stuff. Like saying shit
100%.
like that. ET's
Yeah.
ass is amazing.
Maybe they do it again to, boost his career.
Yeah,
Maybe.
for sure. We'll see.
He wasn't in Independence Day 2, Resurgence.
Mm.
So he could be in the
Good.
trilogy.
Yeah, he could be in number 3.
Dead. Eric, what else you got?
Release me.
That
That's a good.
sounded right on.
Thanks.
I had one that was between Will Smith and Jeff Goldblum, and Jeff Goldblum's like, "You really think you can fly that thing?" And Will Smith's like, "You really think you can do all the bullshit or all that bullshit you just said?"
That's a great one. Yeah,
So
that one
good.
made me-
So
Cool.
fucking good.
Yep. What else, John?
Time's Up, and
No.
it's punctuated by a really dramatic like "Baliam." That's where
Yes.
the score really is like,
Time's
"Oh
up.
God, you're fucked," and then all hell breaks loose, and
Yeah.
you're just assaulted. Your senses are assaulted by explosions.
Kevin?
I had another Randy Quaid line where
Oh yeah.
I can't remember if it was in the. I didn't put down what the scene exactly was, but he goes like, "I picked the wrong day to quit drinking." Is that after
Boy.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that
it's
was
like when he first gets in the cockpit and pushes the wrong button.
yeah. Missiles launching.
Oh yeah. So
Yeah.
good. Another good one was another Will Smith. It's actually pretty much the same scene John was talking about, other than the Welcome to Earth, which of course is one of the most popular lines, if not the most popular, like from a one-liner.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But I like when he's also he's talking to the unconscious alien and he's dragging him along and he's like, this was supposed to be my weekend off, but no, you got me out here dragging your heavy ass through the burning desert with your dreadlocks sticking out of the back of my parachute. You got to come down here with an attitude, acting all big and bad.
And what's that smell?
I could have been at a barbecue.
Oh yeah, that's it. What's that smell? Yeah, I could have been at a barbecue.
And he starts kicking him.
Yeah.
Yeah. So good.
You need clearance. You want to see my clearance?
Yeah.
How about I just leave this here with you?
Yeah, when he comes in with an army of RVs.
Yeah.
Yes. That part is pretty epic. Eric, any other ones?
I mean, there's a lot, but I just wrote down a couple because I don't want this segment to go too long.
Yeah, no. Well, that's a good segue, though. That is a pretty sweet scene. What is the most rewatchable scene?
Can I take it before Eric does?
Fine.
Just real quick, Julie had a line, and it was, "I didn't want to say anything. I voted for the other guy."
Oh, yeah. Yes. Awesome.
But yes, Kevin, go ahead.
Boomer jumping through the flames in the tunnel, escaping.
Nice.
It's like a 3-second clip, but it's badass as hell.
Yeah,
Nice.
I actually did not
Airbud.
pick that one.
Oh
stuff.
man, I'm
But
surprised.
that's an amazing one.
It is epic. Just flames in the background, cars
Yeah.
exploding, and he's
And
just
he's
jumping.
such a
He's just a
good boy.
happy, go lucky fucking lad.
Yeah, he's
Get in
such a
here,
good
Boomer. You dumb dog. What are you doing out there?
boy.
Eric, what'd you say?
The alien chase scene. Will Smith in the alien chase scene where Harry Connick dies because he took his mask off. Which in the previous episode, I believe that was Top Gun episode.
Yes.
If you take your mask off, you die.
Yep.
Because this movie told me that.
These are the rules of flying.
Yeah. If you take your mask off, you die.
It's pretty awesome. John, what about you?
So I've got a shorter one and a longer one, and the shorter one is basically the end of the scene Eric is talking about, and it's Will Smith landing really hard on his parachute.
Oh, yeah.
He does
my
have a pretty
God.
hard
That
land.
looks like he would break
does.
his legs.
Yeah.
I was thinking the same thing.
There's a shot of him like, okay, he made it out. He's drifting
like,
peacefully
folds.
down, and then the next shot is him just blam
Folding. I thought the
falling.
same
I
thing.
don't know, like not quite as fast as a free fall, but it's pretty damn hard.
It's pretty fast.
Yeah, it's like they drop like the stunt guy with a parachute like 20 feet above the ground, and it didn't.
I was
Here,
thinking the
take
same
this
thing.
pump for Will. Boom.
I'm glad you said that because that's fucking hilarious.
My favorite scene is either short-wise, it's Randy Quaid driving into the whatever gun thing.
Yeah.
Laser beam. I
You
don't know.
mean the alien ship?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right
Him
up into
flying
that
into the end.
alien a-hole.
That's my favorite AB moment. But my favorite rewatchable scene is actually the whole Will Smith, Jeff Goldblum together in the alien ship, like that whole, all their dialogue and
Yeah.
just how that kind of unfolds. That part is probably like, I mean, it's the best part to me. And just because I think they have such a great chemistry in that short, because they're only in the movie with each other for basically that, like
It's
20
just the
minutes
end scene,
or
yeah,
10
maybe.
minutes on screen, maybe.
Yeah.
So like the fact that like you think of them two as the winning two or the two guys together, it's like they're not even a tag team till the end. So like
Yeah.
I think that scene is so good for them.
Yep. I agree.
There were.
Awesome.
I want to mention something with scenes because actually I had it underneath the lines because of the lines of it. But the short broadcast scenes, like news
yeah.
broadcast scenes, like there's one that goes, "Oh, the UFOs showed up and there were thousands of car wrecks within seconds." And then another one was like they were doing a broadcast and someone yells like, "Don't shoot at it!"
Yeah.
But apparently those were like real news anchors that they used for those scenes
Oh,
to make
really?
it more believable.
Oh, that's
I
cool.
don't think they were like famous. Like it wasn't like Tom Brokaw or anything. But
Sure.
yeah,
Tom Brady.
Oh, I had another funny one. And only funny. But I was gonna say Vivica A. Fox dancing was another great rewatchable scene, but she doesn't
No.
really dance for very long, so it's not really.
Yeah.
When I
Everyone's
was a
watching
young
the TV.
boy-
Yeah, I know. What losers.
It's
It's right
Vivica A.
there.
Fox right there.
I know. What in the world are you doing? Anyways, I'm gonna go be the off-screen drunk for a second.
So while Matt's being the off-screen drunk, I think we can say Matt. But who
Matt.
else was the
Yep.
off-screen drunk? Kevin.
Who? Kevin.
Kevin.
I actually put the president.
The president. Okay.
Yes, he's a ex-fighter pilot. He just lost his wife.
Yes.
He has a pretty stressful job,
I agree.
and I think he's sneaking some drinks, and you don't really see him
mean-
doing it.
No one could blame him.
The Gulf War is when. Oh, I see a dog in the background.
Oh yeah, that was Otis.
There he is. Another rewatchable scene just to back up was just when the aliens blow all the shit away.
Yeah.
Keep your eyes on what won the Academy Award for visual effects. Was that the category?
Yeah,
Yeah.
makes sense. Well, I hear fireworks. I hope they're not alien explosions in the background.
Hopefully
And they're
not.
a day early. What the hell?
It's a
That's probably
perfect
why
time
Otis
to
does
Which
invade.
is weird. Hudson's aren't until Saturday. But anyways, did we say David?
No, Dave's. Yeah, that's a good answer.
Yep.
Where is Dave?
I don't know. Dave's the off-screen drunk tonight.
Dear Dave, please come back.
Dave, we miss you.
Well, Matt, we all said you, and then I said the president.
Oh yeah, that's fair.
I'm going to
And
agree
then
with Kevin. The president is probably the off-screen drunk because, damn.
I said I had two answers. One, Kevin, and then the other was Randy Quaid. And yeah, I know he's on screen as well. But
Yes.
hear me out. I think this category really, when it was created, envisioned Randy Quaid's character just in general as the off-screen drunk in movies.
Where'd there go?
You mean like Randy Quaid was drunk and method acting?
Yeah.
Method acting to the point where he was flying the biplane drunk?
Yeah, I mean, I truly think this category, could be named the Randy Quaid drunk.
Oh, yeah, the Randy Quaid off-screen drunk, because that's who I answered.
Yeah.
I mean, he's on-screen drinking. He's just saucing it.
Everywhere.
Day long.
It's
24/7.
In real life.
It don't matter.
His character in real life, goes back
Oh,
to the
yeah,
old.
dude. This is also feels like real-life Randy Quaid to me. How he's all
100%.
creepy and
It's like
the aliens kidnapped me.
if we had a podium for off-screen drunks, him and Robert Shaw from Jaws come up.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Those are some...
Those are two of my favorites. All right. What we got left? Casting our friends. All right. Those are some young bucks up there.
You got to update that with our old asses.
Never. Never. All right, who wants to go first? Kevin?
I've got the one. John
Okay.
just kind of gave it to me because he'd be one of the people on top of the building greeting the aliens.
I love it.
I'm
so
going to go second.
true.
And then
I'm gonna go
you just
second.
make the sun come over. You're welcome.
Hey, what's up, guys? Bam! We're gonna blow your face off.
I, for one, welcome the overlords or whatever.
Yeah. Our alien overlords. Yeah.
Or alien overlords.
If we give up now, they might not kill us.
I'm
right,
going to go
Eric.
second because I actually did not cast John as that. Kevin, you are specifically Vivica A. Fox's friend who was going to
yeah, I
go
can see
to
where this is going.
the top of the building, and Vivica A. Fox is like, "No, don't do that. Whatever you do, don't do that. Promise me you won't do that." And she says yes, and then she goes up to the building. That's you.
That's a good one.
That's Kevin. That's a Kevin move.
Not
100%.
not that specific situation, but yes, that would be something I would do.
Yes. I said John is Russell because for some reason the line "Hello boys, I'm back" really
Or,
just reminds me of John.
It does.
I can fly. I'm pilot.
That's a good one too.
John's a fly boy.
I'm a pilot. I said Matt was Marty because Jeff Goldblum.
Nice.
Back in the day, Matt would just go around saying that because he thought that character was so funny.
It was and I still laugh at that, but yeah.
Yeah.
100%.
He's not even saying Jeff Goldblum's the actor. David is
I
the
know
line.
That's
He says David. But no, Matt would always just say Jeff Goldblum.
I think John knows the best impression on that.
Yeah. John has a really
I'll
spot
agree
on
with that.
impression.
I do
I
the voice of Matt as Marty.
I said I am President Thomas J. Whitmore because I just made a speech and I just want to be. That's the character I want to be. And then I
Nice.
said Dave is the first lady because he's always going to call me out on my lies.
Nice.
And that was my casting.
Awesome. Very good. John?
So firstly, I have David as David because David. That's the entire reason.
Awesome.
Yes. Yeah, I think John wins this one.
Pretty good. It's very meta.
And we've got Matt as David's coworker. That's what I went for because
Marty.
yeah, it's such
Yes.
an old joke of Matt mocking that character. I want him to perform the character. It would be just too sweet. Oh God, I gotta call my mother.
I gotta call my lawyer.
Yeah.
Get my lawyer.
So good.
Eric,
It's
I
much
have you
better
as
than
Eric Connick Jr.
Me?
Because you're Will Smith's ride or die,
Nice.
and
Okay.
musically talented.
Nice.
Yeah. Okay.
Yo.
I'll take it, but I know that if I take off my mask, I'm going to die, so I would not do that.
Keep your mask on. That's an order.
I can't breathe.
Technically, he got blown away. Like he probably
Yeah, that's
still would have
fair.
suffocated, but he did also get.
Yeah. No. Well, I mean, he got blown away because he took his mask off.
Too
Because
many
if you take your
Gs.
mask off, you
Right,
die.
yeah. And then Kevin, you're Randy Quaid, because
Hey, cheers.
yeah.
You dusted the wrong crop field.
I was,
Are you sure?
I love
Alright,
the I love the casting of David as David because of David.
Yeah. That
I
one.
don't think we've ever done that. Like
I don't-
it's been casted just because
I
of
don't
the
think
name.
so, but that it is amazing. Yes.
awesome.
Took 101 episodes.
I think 2.
102. Sorry.
101
what are we
Dalmatians.
on?
100 plus.
Should have done that for 101.
Yeah, we are on 102. So
Point
let's see.
one.
I had Eric as Boomer. You're welcome.
Yeah.
Nice.
I
Good
had
dog, Boomer.
I
Thanks.
had David as not David. I had David as Will Smith's character. Just because he'd be the cool one that say, "Yeah, I'll fly anything."
Yeah, that's true.
David is cool.
Yeah, and he would
He's.
try to
I
fly.
see. I
anything.
didn't cast anyone as Will Smith because I don't think any of us are that cool. But if one of us was,
It would be
be
David.
Dave.
I had John as any of the aliens in space because of time.
He's the alien that they shoot the fucking rocket at inside the mothership because like he's at his computer and it comes up with his skull and crossbones. Like, what's happening?
What? This is weird.
They're acting up. Blah. I can do that.
And if I had to pick the fellow or the neighborhood crop dusting drunk, it would be Kevin.
Crop dust.
I would crowd dust the fuck out of that field though.
Yeah,
All right.
you
and
might
that's
do the
all I
other
have.
field just for fun.
Yeah.
You do
And then
your
the-
field
Yeah,
first, but then go to
exactly.
someone else's.
And then the next one.
Exactly.
Oh yeah, he'd be doing it just as a favor. He's like, who else needs their field dusted?
It's on the house.
It's on the house.
I'm already up here.
Yeah.
It's hilarious. All right, well, moving on. We got 2 left. Is this a podium role for any of the top billed cast members? I think we know the answer to this
I said yes.
for everyone.
Yes.
I actually put no for one.
All right, who do you have no for it? Let's just go start there.
Will Smith.
So what do you have a top 3 for him?
Yeah, Eric, you're going to hate it.
Okay. Cool. Tell me.
Number 3, I have I Am Legend.
Yep. I don't
me
like
too.
it.
Yep. And then the number 2 and
Oh,
1
no.
are Men in Black and then Bad Boys.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
I mean, I get it. Yeah. That's good.
He's the only one I said no for as well, actually.
I
And
knew you said
he's
no.
a really hard one to pick because, and he kind of reminds me of Adam Sandler for a few reasons. One being that same era
Mm-hmm.
Also, because he was in a lot of enjoyable, good movies that like are some of our favorites, but not
Yeah.
necessarily critically acclaimed.
Yeah.
However, he's also been in those critically acclaimed movies that maybe we don't love as much. So he has the Oscar win, like he has this and that. So it's really hard to come up with a top three on
The Oscar
his.
win was recent.
It was King Richard. So I
Yeah.
put King Richard on his podium for me. I actually really do like that movie, and he's incredible in it. And then I had to say Men in Black because that's his franchise, right? Like that's
Yeah.
what took him to the next level, what we grew up on. So I felt like I couldn't not say that, even though it's not my favorite franchise or anything, but it is his movie. Then my other one, we were talking about a couple weeks ago, like what would your personal? So I actually went personal on this one, and I said Legend of Bagger Vance, where he
Oh,
is
Matt likes the sports movie.
the sports movie with the caddy, and he comes in as Matt Damon's caddy and just knows everything for whatever reason, and he's amazing in that.
Yeah.
So I think he steals a show in that movie as well. So it's really hard. I mean, Bad Boys is another one, a huge franchise.
Yeah,
Again,
that's why I couldn't put that one
awesome
away.
movie.
I love that series. Like, it might
It's
have gone
badass.
overkill, but it's badass. It's
Yeah.
I think it's the most fun watch of any Will Smith franchise or role.
Yeah, it's hard to disagree. I Am Legend's a really, really good movie too. So it's hard to like. I almost put that one on there. It's also I, Robot.
Yeah, I'm surprised you didn't say Ali. But,
And Ali, I think Ali's a little long and slow. He's amazing as Muhammad Ali, but I just think from a movie I couldn't pick it.
then
Julie said that she's shocked that Hitch wasn't on our top threes.
Somehow
Which-
that is at the bottom for some reason.
We've watched that
That's
so many
studio.
times.
I should have put the what's the one his son's in? That was a really good movie.
Pursuit of Happiness.
Yeah.
Pursuit.
Oh, okay.
I
I thought he was
that
an
movie's
actor
fine.
too, maybe.
It's on a movie I'd
After.
rewatch, but it's,
Yeah, he's also
it's
in
a good
After
movie.
Earth too. You're right.
But
So-
I think I put I Am Legend on at 3 because I remember seeing that one in theaters, and that movie was crazy in theaters.
It's really good. Oh yeah, I bet.
Batman
I saw that at your
trailer.
house.
Oh, did you?
Not the first time, but like a time.
Okay.
I don't know.
The Batman trailer before the movie was my favorite part of that movie.
Amazing. Any other shout outs on Will Smith before we move on to the other?
I mean, he's on my podium, but I haven't seen it in forever. Bagger Vance made me think
Mhm.
about maybe, and really, I don't like Bad Boys, but it's so successful that it's probably got to be on there for him.
Yeah.
But not my personal podium.
Yeah. Yeah, it's
Called
tough.
it.
There's so many good ones.
They're
He's
pretty-
done a lot of pretty good work.
Yeah.
Yeah. Especially in the like late 90s.
That was the sweet spot.
What is it? Enemy of the State. It's a great one.
Oh, yeah,
I forgot about
I-
Gene
I-
Hackman. Yeah.
Mhm.
Only half watched that because the Gene Hackman thing made me go crazy on Hackman movies.
I forgot about that.
I love Gene Hammond.
Hackman.
I Am Legend might have to get taken off of that and put Enemy State on.
Probably
that,
should.
that movie, I don't know how I overlooked that one.
I think I first had access to I Am Legend through a screener copy that
Oh yeah, I feel like we
brother-in-law
did.
Howard got in Peru. In Spanish, but Soylando.
And then moving on, there's only other two big names. I mean, Vivica A. Fox is a big name, but she's not really in it. I wouldn't say she's a top build. When I was on the IMDb for Independence Day, she was like 8th or something like that. And I guess it makes sense because she's not in it that long. But at the time, she's a pretty big name.
Yeah.
Actually, it's something I wanted to. I was going to mention earlier, but I was going to keep it short. Do you know there were 7 actresses in this movie that have at least been nominated for an Oscar?
Damn.
Dang. Yeah.
And,
Really?
The only one that won is Will Smith, but yeah, I actually have the names. Where the hell did I? Oh, I fucking deleted them.
Say their names.
Say their names. Say their names.
Other
Say their
ones.
names.
Yeah, if you IMDb it, it's the top 7 actors on IMDb have been at least nominated for a movie, including Randy Quaid.
Really?
Yeah, best supporting actor in 1974 movie.
Oh, okay. There we go. Oh, there it is. 1974. Well, speaking of one of the ones that would be Bill Pullman. Oh, first of all, shout out to Vivica A. Fox and Booty Call. Definitely a game changer. With what's his
Maybe
name?
discover some things.
With Jamie Foxx. Yeah. Anyways, Bill Pullman.
Yes.
Yes, definitely. Right.
Bill Pullman is my president.
Yeah, we've talked about that. Like this is probably his best movie in a
Like
way.
this is his role.
Oh yeah, he's the president in this movie.
Yeah.
Doesn't get bigger than that.
I agree, Julie. Vivica
The
Fox. Definitely in Booty Call.
I've only got two other for like I've got a top three for Bill Pullman,
Yeah.
and that's all I got.
What else?
And
What else is on there?
Casper at 3 and Spaceballs at 2.
I know. So like,
Oh yeah, yes. Spaceballs.
yeah, Casper is the dad, and yeah, Spaceballs was probably his
Actually-
breakout role
And he's coming back for the sequel, isn't he?
for what? Casper sequel?
Spaceballs 2?
Spaceballs 2.
Casper
Oh.
2.
I think they made a Casper.
Yeah,
I was
Casper
like,
2
he's
too.
dead, isn't he? Oh yeah,
Is
I'm
it
sure
like
they made a
you're-
Casper 4.
Yeah, you're just making a copy, Casper 2 too.
He's an interesting guy because he's another like that guy in movies
Yeah.
where like mid roles. He's not like a small cameo, but like for instance, Dottie Hinson's husband in League of Their Own.
Yeah.
Or
Oh yeah, he's in a scene. That's not a big thing.
right, or While You Were Sleeping. I mean, he's like always like the other guy, the husband of somebody, main character. But he's never like the romance. It's really he has a really
He's always a
weird
supporting
role.
character. He's never the president, except for in this
Exactly.
movie.
So I give it to him. And then the other one is Jeff Goldblum.
Yeah.
And that hurts my throat every time. I don't know how you do it, John. And we've talked about him on the
You just
very
gotta smoke more, Matt. That's the problem.
I bet
Oh.
Kevin has a sick Marty.
I also thought about picking Kevin as Marty because of the smoker voice in 10 years, but that's another day. Jeff Goldblum, we talked about him in Jurassic Park. I said yes to that and Jurassic Park, right? That's probably his.
Yeah.
And then I also said The Fly, which is the other movie he's notorious for, right?
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
the same three I had. I did put he has a cameo in Run Ronnie Run.
Oh yes, he does. Yeah, when they're at like the
like the pool
retreat
party.
or whatever. Yeah,
Yeah.
right. Wherever he is, the
Yeah, I think he plays himself like he's like that's Jeff Goldblum.
yeah. Is Bill in Wild Wild West?
Oh yeah, that was me.
I think
responding,
that's
Julie.
no, that's not him. That's Kevin's. No. Yeah, who's the guy in Wild Wild West? It's
Will Smith.
Yeah, and Kevin something. Not Kevin
Bacon.
Spacey.
No, it's not Kevin Bacon. I'll get it. in a second.
Yeah, why am I blanking on that? It's
Chaos.
the guy in and Out.
Kevin Kline.
Kevin Kline. Thank you.
Are you talking about Wild Wild West?
That's
Yeah.
a movie
Jim
I've
West.
never
Desperado.
watched that movie because of how terrible every single person I've ever heard that's that watched it says it's terrible. Like it's just not even worth watching it. Don't do it. I'm not doing it.
Wait,
Have you ever asked me? Because
saying
I would
terrible.
not say that.
I'm pretty sure you have said that before in the past.
I
terrible.
don't know if you're right or wrong, but I'm going to say you're wrong.
I just know
I
it's notoriously
would
known
never.
to be a bad movie.
It's just like your opinion, man.
Yeah, that's just like
Your opinion.
All right. Well, let's get to the moment we've all been waiting for tonight. Eric has already done his rendition of it. We asked this week, does Bill Pullman's "We Will Not Go Quietly Into the Night" speech make our podium for best movie speeches of all time? John?
Down?
yes.
All right. Very good. 1 for 1.
Good job.
Yeah.
There's a
It's
lot.
on my
by the way.
podium. It's on the
Oh.
top of my podium.
Oh,
Ooh,
Probably
okay.
because I just watched it like half a dozen times. But yeah, it rocks. Basically, Pullman cranks up the heat just when he needs to, when he's like, "We're gonna survive this, god damn it!"
Yeah, he pulls everyone together.
I'm going to go with my bronze as Braveheart. Might be
Nice.
higher. I haven't seen it in a while, but I mean, Mel Gibson riding a horse,
Yeah,
rallying
rallying the troops.
Scotsman. It's been a while. Yeah, that one gets you jacked. And if you would like my number 2,
Yes.
please hold your nose for my number 2. Major League, when the manager Lou addresses the team, he's like, "Listen,
yes.
this is what the owner's trying to do to us."
What does he say?
Oh,
Let's give him a big old shit burger.
Yeah, and then of course Jake Taylor then chimes in and says, "Matthew,
Which part? Sorry, I don't know
well,
where
there's
you're
only
at.
one thing left
Oh.
to do."
Win the whole fucking thing. Also, that entire thing too, though. Like,
Yeah,
we should just go back out there and shoot ourselves.
Shoot ourselves.
Ah, there you go. Very nice.
I-
Wow, that came out of
Yeah.
nowhere, John. I don't even have that.
I didn't even think of that. That's such a good answer.
It is a good answer. I didn't even have that. Wow. Very nice.
Another movie I think we've done.
Yeah, we have. Dave picked
That
it
was
for
Dave's
his
pick,
birthday. Yeah. All right, Kevin.
I actually put no on it.
I wish I had a boo sound effect.
Boo this man.
But there's so many,
Right.
and I was just I
There are so
I had to search this because I didn't have things come. I didn't have much that came straight to my mind except for a few, and one is Bill Murray and Scrooged
Yeah.
at the end on the live
I wondered
broadcast.
about
At the end of that,
Somebody would say that. Yep.
that's a great one. And then also I put Rocky Balboa and Rocky 4 at the right
Wow.
at the end of the fight.
If I can change, then you can change.
Yeah, it's
Not
amazing.
on mine, but
Okay,
I did think about
Right.
that one.
I'm sold on it when Matt does
I gotta have a disheveled face. If I can change, then you
it.
can
He's all beat up. He just fought.
change. Just different. Yeah. That's a good one though.
Yeah, number one, John. It's actually on John's list is Braveheart,
Yeah.
Number
Very
one.
nice.
rallying the troops.
Yeah.
Very nice.
They can't take our freedom.
Exactly. Eric? I know the
Yes.
answer.
Yes, it is. I will not leave any suspense. This is number one. Number
I thought
one
you were going to
on my
recite it
list.
again.
No, I did that once. That was so fulfilling. Thank you so much for putting up with that from me. I really appreciate it because that was awesome. That made me feel pretty good. Number 3, I said Tommy Boy at the end when he's talking to all the employees and he says, "As long as I'm here, you'll all have a job here at Callahan Auto."
Oh,
And then everyone
yeah.
cheers.
Cheers. Yeah. It's all,
Yeah.
of course, they're all punctuated by cheers.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair.
And then the next one, I don't have a specific scene. Like there are a couple like more monumental ones, but in A Knight's Tale, anytime Geoffrey Chaucer is like riling up the crowd,
That's fair.
yeah, for Sir
right.
Ulrich von Liechtenstein.
Nice. Nice. I like that movie a lot.
But I mean, of course, the first time he riles up the crowd went really well, and then the last time when he says Will's name, like real name in it. But
Thatcher.
yeah. Thank you, John. Those are my 3.
Nice. Very nice. Yeah, like we said, there's so many good speeches. So if anybody has any that we haven't mentioned, feel free
Yeah.
to throw them out here. A couple
Yeah, if you're
that
if you're listening later, also you can go over to YouTube or comment
know.
on Instagram. Just send us a DM or comment on a post. Like, I want to know more because I went through a few lists, but these were the only ones that stuck out to me.
Yeah, I watched. I admittedly watched a bunch of these because I was like, oh, I gotta get in the mood, get
Yeah.
in the zone,
I know
and
I'm
make a
missing some.
decision. Yeah, I mean, so I'll name some of the ones that are not on my list that we haven't mentioned that I feel like should have an honorable mention. One would be the Dead Poet Society, Robin Williams,
Oh,
his speech where he's, the "Oh
Oh
Captain, my
yeah.
Captain" speech, the
yeah.
rah rah speech there. Yeah,
Oh man,
definitely
that's a good
Joss
one.
Whedon. Yeah, I mean, that's a really epic one. Personal favorite that didn't make the list was the Goonies when Sean Astin's in the cave. They're well in the cave in the under the floor, and
Yeah.
he goes
Yeah.
through his like, "We may never be together again." Goonies never say die. That
Mhm.
whole speech is awesome. There's a couple Lord of the Rings ones that are good with Samwise. Um, let's see what else. Oh, 300 was another one, the famous
Hmm.
one where what does he say? Tonight we dine in hell. That whole thing. There's oh yeah, you had the Rocky 4 one that was on my list.
Yeah. Oh, there's the gladiator one when he's in the
Gladiator's not on
yeah.
my list. Yeah, Gladiator when he's
Yeah,
like
which one was that? Because I basically was like, oh, I don't remember this scene from Gladiator.
It's when
Is
he's
it?
in
well,
the pit and he's
there's
talking to the
two.
king and
Yeah.
he's in the Colosseum.
Yeah.
Talking,
And he comes up to him. He's like, "What's your name?" And he walks away. He's like, "Don't turn your back on me." And he turns around. He says, "My name is Maximus Aurelius or whatever, Decimus Aurelius, son of a."
Oh, is it just a one-on-one, or is he addressing
No,
more?
no, he's talking to the whole crowd, but he's
Oh, okay.
addressing the one guy, and it's just pretty
but
fucking
he's
epic
Oh,
because
okay.
yeah,
he's
he's
like,
in the middle of the Colosseum with all the
yeah,
full crowd
Okay.
basically showing
talking
how
one to
this
one.
guy was,
Yeah.
Yeah, I read about that one, but couldn't find it, and all I could find was like before even a gladiator, and gives like Roman troops a big pep talk.
Eric, are you seeing what I just
Yes.
oh
Julie
yeah,
said Lindsay
very good one.
Lohan in Mean Girls at the Prom, obviously. Yes.
Oh, I didn't even so like that's where I'm thinking like we definitely missed some like
Yeah. Yeah.
so School of Rock with Jack Black saying, the stick it to the well there's two, right? The one where he's
Yeah,
telling his parents like
I
telling their
feel
parents
like I
I
touched your kids.
yeah,
And
and
Your
then
kids
they've
touched me, and I
touched
think I
me.
touched them.
that's a good one for a different reason, but then there's the whole stick it to the man, right?
Yeah.
That whole scene is awesome and a
Oh
great
yeah,
speech.
I
probably
mean
he rallies
there's
the band a few times. And
Yeah.
there's
Yeah,
hundreds or
any of those.
thousands of these that
Yeah.
so if we're
I
not
know
saying them,
that's what
tell us our
I'm
tell us.
excited that like I want to hear more. Yeah, Neville and Harry Potter. Yeah, that's
Oh yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah. That's a.
So
Oh man, that is a good one.
this did make my top 3.
Damn straight it did.
Oh, one other sports one that I didn't mention. Can't believe I didn't throw in Major League just to throw it in, but it doesn't like stick out. I mean, because the whole movie sticks out to me is why I guess I
Yeah.
can't. Um, but there's two actually. Sorry, the Replacements
Yes.
with Keanu Reeves going
Keanu.
through his big speech, right?
Oh yeah.
And then there's also Al Pacino in Any Given Sunday, where he does his whole speech about football as a game of inches, and he talks about, how one little inch of working hard is gonna go the extra distance there. But my top 3, I'll digress, and my number 3 is Billy Bob Thornton in Friday Night Lights. I'm sure you probably could have guessed something like that, but
Yeah.
I like football.
I'm glad I was about to shout out Friday Night Lights when you're talking about sports ones.
I got
oh,
real quick.
Right,
Yeah.
easy.
that's amazing. Fuck
Scarface.
you. Fuck you. Fuck you. You're cool.
You're cool.
Fuck you. I'm out.
I'm out.
That's awesome. Very good. See, that's what I'm talking about. There's so many good
Yes.
ones.
That's such a
so-
good one.
So yeah, my number 3 is Billy Bob Thornton. So he's Coach Gaines. He gives a speech to the football team about what really matters. He's trying his best and making sure everybody's trying their best. I like how he says that being perfect isn't about winning. It's giving your teammates or everything you've got. And so I wrote down my favorite part about each of these speeches. And this one, he says, being perfect is about being able to look your friends in the eye and know you didn't let them down. Pretty awesome.
That's a
I
good
like that
one.
sentiment.
I
Yeah.
agree.
Yeah, so clear eyes, full hearts, can't lose. And then my number
Yeah.
2 is Bill Pullman, and Independence Day is number 2. Of course, he gives
I'll
that
allow
big
it.
speech. I don't need to say too much, but my favorite part is, of course, we will not go quietly into the night. We will not vanish without a fight. I mean, everybody, when we're watching, like I'm watching this on my own at midnight, and I'm yelling that to the screen. I mean, how can you not?
He fucking rhymed. He rhymed.
How could you not? And then my number 1 is actually the same as Kevin because I could not put Braveheart, Mel Gibson in Braveheart as number 1 because
Oh.
it is probably the most iconic and famous speech of all time. And I also like the movie a lot, and I haven't seen it in a while, so I was just hard not to say that.
Yeah.
Obviously, he goes on, he tells all of them, what fighting freedom is for. And of course, the best line is, they may take our lives, but they'll never take our freedom.
And there's even like
Everyone say
parodies
freedom
and
in
remakes
unison.
of this
I
all
just-
over the place.
Couldn't not say it.
That's on
Yeah.
3 of the 4. Braveheart is.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had it as 3 because of me not having seen it in a while.
Yeah, same. I wonder how it would feel today, but there's so many. Or Forrest Gump's non-speech. That's a good one.
Yeah, a lot of people went over to Vietnam. And didn't come back.
Fuck.
Oh my gosh.
Isn't that good? That's a good one.
There are
Yeah,
too many.
every-
There's too many for a top 3. If you ask me next week, mine will change.
Yeah.
Yeah, every speech to the team. I mean, the Keanu Reeves
Yup.
one's so good.
So good.
Also, the speech at I guess the only part about the speech that you really know is San Dimas football high school rules.
Bill and Ted. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, again, there are so many good ones. So I want to hear more. So hopefully we can make a post or something, get some more speeches out there. Maybe make a one of us our speeches, and then throw out what other good ones are out there.
Yeah.
Well, I had an idea for next week before we get off of here. Superman comes out next weekend. I think we should watch the newer Superman movie. John and Daniel and I did the older Superman. Maybe we should do the what's
The
the,
Henry
newer
Cavill
one?
one?
Yeah. No. Is that
General Zod and that man
what's
from
the
Iceman.
James Gunn one?
Oh,
Is that the one with
well,
Lex Luthor?
Henry Cavill is Superman, or
How about the one most easily or readily available on
Oh, that's a great.
multiple platforms?
which Superman movie?
Yeah.
Hey Matt, which one are we gonna do?
Let's see. Is Man of Steel was the one I was thinking of. Maybe that's one that you're referring to.
Oh,
Let's
that's
see
the
it.
one that's what year is that? Like 06?
2013.
Oh, okay.
The newest one.
It says it's on Max and
Oh, perfect,
Hulu.
Max. Okay,
Yeah.
perfect. Let's do that because
All kinds of
I'm probably
beats.
gonna go see the movie in theaters with the boys. So let's
Boys
do
are
it.
back in town.
Yeah.
And Kevin Costner's in it. It's a cool movie. It's
That'd
It's
be
not
your
cheesy.
Second Kevin Costner movie.
oh hell yeah. Well, we can always do the other one again.
Waterworld again.
But this one's not really your typical comic book movie. Like it, I don't think it feels like your Marvel. I mean, it's not. Marvel,
Oh, okay.
but it's
Yeah,
great.
it is the one with General Zod, Michael Shannon,
Yeah, Michael Shannon's a great actor.
and Russell Crowe as Jor-El.
Yeah, so let's do that. That way we
Okie
can.
dokie.
I want to go see the movie anyway, so it'd be a good segue.
Yeah.
It's a good cast.
Maybe the boys. Yeah. Oh yeah. There's a lot of good casts in there. One
Look,
day
that-
we will spice up our life, and maybe I mean honestly, it's a good summer movie. I feel like, right?
It's summer. Right?
We're
It
going
is
to spice
summer.
up your life next month or next week after.
Yeah. There we go. Don't hold me to it.
We're getting a schedule here.
We're getting close. Yeah, maybe. All right.
Yeah,
well,
that
that
was
Jobs like
concludes it.
Spice World into a monthly theme.
Oh man, could we? We could do band movies.
Ooh.
We could do
movies
Spice Timber.
Spice Timber.
Just watch
Uh,
Spice World 4 times.
Oh my god, we could do
What's-
band movies though.
What is your take on
I-
Spice
I-
World, having watched it a fourth time?
I'm definitely good with band movies, but the theme be Spice World or Spice Girls.
Yeah, we'll do Spice World, Magical Mystery Tour, some other shit.
Does Star Wars count for the Cantina band?
Yes.
Fair.
Please, I'm like, all right, these movies are sounding bad already.
I was thinking Straight Outta Compton would be a good one. Maybe Walk
yeah.
the Line.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Oh, I haven't
Blues,
seen that
Blues
one in a long time.
Brothers.
Ray.
Yeah, Ray's good. Could do the
That's in the
Runaways.
future, though.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but maybe
we're
we'll spice up
brainstorming
our
live
life.
right now.
All right. Well, cheers, and we'll see you guys later. Thanks for
Yeah,
tuning
thanks,
in.
everyone.
Appreciate it.
The credits roll now, the show is done. We watched the movie and had our fun. Thanks for hanging with us for so long. We'll see you next week on the movie podium.